Hello, 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 hello. Welcome. Olotunodi. That's my Igbo way of asking you, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing fine. I hope you're well. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. I love Christmas. I love Christmas. I hope you do too. Anyway, today I want to discuss something interesting. A video I saw on Facebook, yes, on the Facebook page called Smash Games. It was a discussion, a conversation between three people. I think someone sent in a request about his personal challenge, and I guess they were meant to discuss it and offer suggestions or offer their opinions and basically their contributions. So I watched the entire video, a 20-minute video, and I said to myself, I'll bring it here. I'd like to hear your opinions, your contributions, and let's just discuss this subject matter, okay? If you're interested, then keep watching. Welcome back. I bring you the story of a 43-year-old widower who lost his wife 6 years ago in a tragic accident. She was struck by a drunk driver. I don't know why we continue to endanger the lives of others. I don't know why people find it difficult to understand that you shouldn't drive when you're unfit to do that. It's as simple as ABC. If you're unfit to drive, do not drive. That's it. That's it. We know what the rules are when it comes to driving and drinking. We know what the law says when it comes to driving under the influence. We know what the rules are when it comes to alcohol consumption and driving. My question is, why would somebody get behind the wheel when they know they're unfit to drive? You're putting your life at risk and endangering the lives of others. This has got to stop. I don't know how to say it again. Please, if you're unfit to drive, it's simple. Do not drive. Was it earlier this year or last year? I read about a couple who were on their way for their honeymoon. Suddenly they got hit by a drunk driver and the bride died. Imagine losing your wife on your wedding day. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Please, if you're unfit to drive, it's simple. Do not drive. Please, don't put your life on the line. Don't endanger the lives of others. Please. Okay? Okay, let's get back to the story. I have to just say this. I have to say this, okay? So this 43-year-old man lost his wife 6 years ago. He has two kids, two children. His son is 21 years. His daughter is, I think, 16. So when the mom died, the son was 15, I believe, and the daughter was 10 years old. So when this widower lost his wife, he decided that, you see, I'm just not going to date for a while. I'm going to take the time to grieve and just take care of my children, right? Be the parents that I have to be the father that my children want me to be. So he decided he was going to focus on his children and not just date. So 3 years after his wife's death, he decided it was time to start dating. So he met this person. Let's just call her Sisi. So let's call this widower Adam, and call this lady he met Sisi. And then let's refer to the late wife as Samantha. Okay. So 3 years after Samantha's death, Adam met Sisi and he started dating her. So in his first year, I think he introduced Sisi to his children, but I think it was probably later in the first year, right? He introduced Sisi to his children. So, the children were friendly and welcoming, but it wasn't like they had a close relationship, right? So, and Sisi wasn't even trying to take the place of their mom. So, I guess they just respected themselves, okay? So, but according to the request, remember I said this widower sent in a request, and some guys were discussing it. So in his request, he mentioned that in their first year of dating, that Sisi will come up with questions like, "What if Samantha were still alive? Would you still be with her?" That's a weird question. Why would she even? It's so weird. Why would she even ask such a question? This is somebody who lost his wife, somebody who probably is still grieving. Why would you want to take him back to that point in time in his life? Why would you want to remind him of the pain and everything? Yes, he's grieving. He still thinks about his wife, right? But what's the point? Why such questions? Doesn't even make any sense. Why? Of course, he will still be with his wife if she was still alive. Of course. I mean, anyway, this is me just adding my 2 cents to it. Okay. So anyway, she would ask such questions, and I believe when she asked this particular question, his response was, again, I'm paraphrasing, guys, but you'll get the message. So his response was, I mean, I'm with you now. Can we just move forward? Can we just yeah, move forward? And I guess she stopped asking such questions, right? So fast forward 2 years after, so that was 3 years into their relationship, they got engaged. So I guess he wanted to marry her, right? So they got engaged, and I think one evening this guy's parents organized a dinner just to mark their engagement, right? So I guess the parents invited this guy with his fiancée, the kids, so the children, and the late wife's sister and her husband, and then his parents. So um, the guy's parents, the guy and his fiancée, the children, and Samantha's sister and her husband. So they were all gathered there for the dinner. So while they were enjoying their time, they were having this wonderful time together. And the atmosphere was right. It was just good, cool, you know. Um, Adam's mom made a comment. She was like, I'm happy. So she was referring to her son, Adam. She said, I'm happy that you found that spark you found with Samantha, right? With this person. So she was practically saying that I'm happy that you found love again with somebody. Basically, just, happy for her son, right? And when she made that comment, I mean, it was just a comment. Nobody really said anything to that. So they continued eating. All of a sudden, the fiancé, so Cece, just smiled or maybe laughed and said, I'm happy she died. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten you to myself. Oh my goodness. Who says that? Like, let me repeat what she said. She said, I'm happy Samantha died. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten you to myself. And that just changed the atmosphere. That practically changed the atmosphere. And in my head, I'm thinking, what is wrong with this Cece? Like, who says such a terrible thing? In my head, that is, how can you be happy that someone lost their wife? I mean, let's even think about it. The children were there. You said this in front of the children, people who are still grieving. I mean, do you ever get over that? They will always remember their mom. And you said that in front of them. I mean, you're planning to marry somebody who lost his wife like that would have took 6 years ago, right? Right? Yeah, 6 years ago. And you're saying this in front of him, that you're happy that he lost his wife. In my head, I'm just like, this woman must be evil. You must be evil. Why? Who even, how do I even put this? If you find happiness in the death of somebody, there's something wrong with you. It's as simple as that. If you find happiness in the death of somebody, there's something wrong. In my head, I was thinking, I said, wait. Is she insecure? But Samantha is dead. So it doesn't make any sense. And then the next thing that popped in my head was curiosity. But this is the kind of curiosity that kills the cat. It doesn't make any sense. That you're happy that somebody you're planning to marry lost his wife. There's something wrong with her. There must be something wrong with her. And the next thing that popped, the next thing I thought about was manipulation. You know, because she was just too focused on the late wife, everything she said, everything she talked about, just to focus on the late wife. It has to be some kind of, in my head, manipulation, maybe trying to manipulate the man to put him in this state of, I don't know, I really don't know, but it cannot be. You can't tell me she's insecure. You can't tell me she's curious. No, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, back to the story. I mean, that was the end of that dinner. That was the end, right? People just stopped eating, people just started leaving. And according to this man, the daughter was so angry and she was so pissed, she was so disgusted by what she heard. So she walked out of the house. And the son was just staring at the dad, I guess, looking at him to see what his response was going to be. But the man was shocked. He was shocked. He was trying to process what he heard. Like, he was shocked. So he got up, got a fiancé, got the kids, and then they left. So 3 days after, no apology from Sisi, nothing. So the daughter was, practically unhappy. She didn't speak with the dad for 3 days, and the dad was, worried. So Adam called his son and, wanted to speak with the guy, and the guy was like, "First, you're a grown man. I can't tell you who to marry or who not to marry. You're a grown man, but whoever you're going to be with, it will be disrespectful for the person to speak about your wife in front of your daughter in that manner, right?" Again, I'm paraphrasing, but that's the message, right? That it wouldn't make any sense to have or to be with somebody who would disrespect his late wife in front of the daughter. That was what the son said. And he wasn't happy. So the daddy decided, okay, I'd like to see you, your sister. I'd like to have a conversation with you and your sister. I remember I said the sister was not happy. She was disgusted by what Sissy said. Anyway, so there was this particular day. Maybe it was even on the third day. Maybe on the third day. But okay, let's just say on a particular day, Sissy had to go to work. So Adam called his children and sat down with them. Went through the whole thing with them. Apologized for the pain, the disrespect. He also wanted to reinforce that they were his priority, that he was 100% invested in them, that he loved them, that he was disgusted by what Sissy said, that in fact for him, he doesn't want to continue with the relationship. So let me even pause here and ask you this question. What do you think Adam should do? Do you think he should go ahead with marrying Sissy, or do you think he should just walk away? Okay, now let me put it this way. Do you think he should take a break and say, okay, I want to think about this whole thing, right? Or do you think he should step away? Or do you think he should just ignore it? Personally, I'll tell you what I think before the end of this video. But okay, let me just tell you. For me, my answer to that question will be, it's over. It is over. It shows how insensitive, how disrespectful Sissy is. There's no way to explain it. There's no way to explain. No apology, nothing. There's no way. I mean, it's over. It's over.